Greetings everyone, my name is Grace and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a recipe that is loved by pretty much every single person on the planet. We're going to be making Rice Krispie Treats. I am going to put a little bit of my own twist on it, and let me tell you what the ingredients are going to be. You will need the Kellogg's Rice Krispies. You will also need Cocoa Pebbles. You will need some marshmallows. I have the jet puffed ones. 1/3 cup of butter. And then you'll need a measuring cup and a pan to lay your treats in. And then you're going to use a pot on the stove. What I really love about making this recipe is the fact that you don't have to turn your oven on, and it's super fast. So if you have a party or a potluck to go to, this is a treat you can bring and you're going to look like a pro and everyone's going to love you for bringing it. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started by adding the ingredients and prepping them for the stove. So I'm going to measure 3 cups of the regular Rice Krispies. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and measure 3 cups of the Cocoa Pebbles, which are spilling halfway out of this thing. For some reason, some cereal boxes, when you open them, they just don't pour the cereal out correctly. Pour that on top of there. Put about 1 more cup in here. I don't know about you guys, but I love Cocoa Pebbles. I got that in there. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on to a low heat because you're going to be melting butter and marshmallows, and let me tell you, this is something you do not want to burn. If you burn it, it tends to mess up the recipe just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to let that butter melt a little. I'm going to grab my marshmallows, and a lot of recipes will say 5.5 cups of marshmallows. Another recipe will say an entire 10-ounce bag of marshmallows. It can vary between that. I promise you, if you put in a couple more marshmallows, the marshmallow police won't be after you. So do not walk away from this. If you walk away and you burn your marshmallows, this treat does not taste as good. And I've learned that based on my own experience. Because we're not cooking, you know, roasted marshmallows on a campfire. So you're going to have that on a low heat. And the more you stir, you will start to see the marshmallows getting hot and starting to melt. So stay nearby and watch it come together. All right, as you can see, the marshmallows are melting really well with the butter. And you're going to melt it until you don't see any individual marshmallows. That's the way I like to do it anyways. Make sure your temperature stays low. Once this is all melted down, you're going to start adding in your Cocoa Pebbles with Rice Krispies. And this has to be a pretty fast process. So notice how I'm kind of smashing the marshmallows that are left whole. It's helping it melt faster. All right, so I'm going to turn the heat off and try to show you how I do this. Take your bowl of mixed cereal and you're just going to start forming it in. This happens quickly. You want to try to coat everything. You're going to make a little bit of a mess if you're anything like me, but you can always clean that up later. And you want to try to get all the cereal coated. This smells amazing right now, just to let you know. And we're coating, folding. The stuff starts to harden quickly, so you gotta have a little bit of muscles here. Coating it. All right, so that looks pretty coated. I'm gonna do a little switcheroo. I'm gonna scoot us over. All right, so because that happens so quickly, you literally have to have a pan ready, and you're gonna fold it all in. It's really hot, but it hardens quickly because of that marshmallow. Whew. All right, so sometimes people will say that you can butter the top of a spoon to smash. I'm going to show you an easier trick. If I can get this off my spoon. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let me wash my hands real quick and let me show you what I do. Okay, so some experts will say put some butter on the spoon and you can flatten it out. I've discovered something a little bit easier than that, in my opinion. I have clean hands. I'm gonna take a tad of butter, rub it on my hands. I know it sounds silly. And I'm gonna just form this. All right, so we are smashing it with the butter on our hands. And we're gonna let this cool for a little bit before I cut it and show you guys. Look how delicious that looks. All right, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so we are all done with our Rice Krispie Treats / Cocoa Pebble treats. And they turned out perfect. Just make sure you guys cool them 20 to 30 minutes, or if you're in a super rush, you can go ahead and put them in the refrigerator and then you'll be able to cut them. One thing you want to do is cut them with a serrated knife because that helps separate them. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you take it to your next little party or shindig or a potluck, and I promise you everyone's gonna ask you what the recipe is and how you were able to do it, not knowing it's extremely simple. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you use the same recipe or a different one, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Peace out.